Thanks for watching.
That performance was incredible. Like, this is my first time hearing Krystyna Koi non-electronic. Like, I only know your electronic work, what you have on your Spotify, what you've had in class. I had the honor of having you in 173. So when you get your Grammy, I'm like, yo, she was in my class. But to hear you acoustic, it's fantastic. You know, it was just completely stripped. So tell me, what's your process songwriting wise? Do you always start with guitar and then go to electronics, or it depends on the mood?
It's been different every song, but generally it starts out as a poem or as an idea. And I just start trying to find rhymes and writing this tuneless poem, and the tune comes really easily to me afterwards. It's like the words are the trickiest part because I want to make sure the songs have a good meaning, and it's not just like songs could just be about the melody, but for me, like, words are super important, so I start with that usually.
Right, good. And then you move to, say, a beat or chords.
Yeah, if it's an acoustic song,
Well, yeah.
then just
no
guitar.
beats.
But yeah, I guess electronically, probably start with some chords first. I think the beat comes last because there's like so many different things you can do, like oh, change the drums for this part, then this part it cuts out, then here we have a different beat. So I think I save that for the end because that's what really makes it like catchy, and like once I build the rest of the song I can see how it flows and like which parts, you know, have what energy the best.
Yeah. So your first introduction to, say, digital audio workstations, for those who don't know, it's the short term is DAW, was you were in Hong Kong, yeah?
Yeah.
So you studied abroad, and that was through UCSD, or how did that work out?
Yeah, it was through the UC Education Abroad program. I spent my sophomore year abroad in Hong Kong, and that was where I took my first like production class. It was using Pro Tools, and I just became obsessed with like recording sounds, learning about layering, you know, starting to write my own songs because I felt like I finally had the tools to create something that wasn't just acoustic but something more. And it was exhilarating. So that's why I took your class a few months after I came back.
Yeah, it's something about being able to do all of those things yourself, right? It's like, I remember the first time I got my first keyboard. I saved up for the whole summer. I got a Mini Moog, and I was like, yo, I can make any sound in the universe with this thing. And then you get a 4-track. Well, you know, I'm just turned 52, so I'm aging myself. But you know, you get your 4-track, and you start, as you said, layering, which Pro Tools or any actually DAW, same with GarageBand. It's like, you know, emulating what was in the past. So tape machines, multi-track, recording. So layer, and then, you know, it's like, wow, I can do all of this myself. It's like my own universe, you know?
Yeah, no, the possibilities are endless. Like with acoustic, it was nice because I can, you know, walk around anywhere, travel, and it sounds the same. But it's just something special about being able to produce something and having so many sounds and so many new things you can create. Like, there's just so much I feel like I don't know yet either acoustically.
Yes.
There's
But
so much to learn.
From having you in 173, and like, you have it. Like, you have it. Like, you there's a certain energy and intention that goes into producing, and you have that, right? And so when I hear your releases, like the new one, I'm like, yo, she's gonna be so good. Like you're good already, but like the more you go, you know what I mean?
Thank you.
And so music's not your major though.
Mm.
So what CS, yeah?
Cognitive science.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'm majoring in cognitive science with the specialization in design and interaction. Basically, it's just about how humans interact with like technology, but also just products. So it's like for product design or user experience on your phone, on your computer, all that, anything that's like you see in the world, it was like designed by someone, and it was designed with a reason.
Right. Has that at all informed your choices when producing? Like, do you have external MIDI controllers or anything like that?
Don't have like, oh, actually I do have a MIDI controller. Yeah. but
But you never thought about it in that context of...
Yeah, I guess mostly when I've thought about the blend between like music and then my major, I've thought about more like the software side. Like
Okay.
I've been thinking about like, oh, how could I make Ableton better or like Pro Tools easier to use if I were working for them? Like that would be actually like kind of a dream job. Like
Really?
yeah, like so then you can learn how to like make their I don't know, their interface better so you can work faster and make it maybe easier to use, because I feel like it was really hard to like get into it. Like if I had a class, like it was easier, but if someone like didn't, it's kind of hard to understand. There's just so many buttons. So yeah, and it's already like, it's because it's super powerful, so obviously it has to be complicated like that.
Right.
But yeah, I just think like design is super fascinating for like making stuff like that even better.
Right. You know,
Yeah.
it's funny because I use the iPad a lot for production, especially for sound design. But the reason I use it a lot is most of the developers who develop these apps for like the iPad really think about the user experience and how can it be fun and less and more hands-on, because you know it has the touch screen. And it's a whole different way of thinking about composition as well as sound design. And so I feel that kind of mentality needs to be brought into software, like you were saying.
Yeah.
I think when touchscreens come, I think when it's on every computer and it's a touchscreen, I think everything's going to change.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about that app that you showed us in 198 with recording different sounds, and then like visually you see them in like ribbons, and then you draw a line through the sounds to like
trigger
them. That's really unique.
It's so much fun. And it was this guy in MIT. I don't remember his name, but he developed that. But now he doesn't even, like, they don't upkeep the app. So I have it on an old phone because I can't, if I update the OS, then I can't use it. So maybe we should call him. So what are you, like, what are your what are you listening to now? Like what's on your iPod?
Right now I've really been liking Flume, electronic.
Flume.
Maggie Rogers, I think, is really cool. Yeah, and recently this like London-based Japanese artist, I just found out about her like last week, but I'm obsessed with her songs. Her name is Rina Sanagawa.
Okay.
I really recommend it. It's like
I need to check.
Pop, but then like random metal sometimes. And
Really?
It blends genres really weirdly.
Okay.
It's very interesting.
And then over top, she's singing. Yeah.
Yeah, and then she sings.
Huh.
It's unique.
All right.
Yeah.
Check that
So
out.
just like a whole blend of different things, like
Right.
yeah, more acoustic like Maggie, and then Flume on
Maggie's
the complete
great.
opposite side.
It'd be cool to hear Flume and Maggie, right?
Yeah, they should collaborate.
Flume did a remix of Disclosure.
Oh yeah, You and
Yo.
Me, I think it's
Oh,
called.
You and Me. Yo, man.
Yeah.
When that came out, I think I had it on repeat for like 5 months, just deconstructing it. Like, because I can't listen to music normally anymore. So every time I hear something, I'm trying to kind of deconstruct
No,
what
no,
they're
that
doing.
happens. That I've just got into that mentality. I'm like, I can listen to this song forever and keep hearing new things.
Right.
Like it's kind of
Right.
cool now.
And that's when it's good, really a good song too.
Yeah.
When there are many layers, and Flume is known for layers. Yeah. That's funny, man. I liked your cover today of the Beatles. That was really nice. You know, I wasn't a big Beatles fan till later in my life, right? I don't know why, and I think because of all the hype or whatever. But I was a big Paul McCartney and Wings fan, so I don't know where the disconnect was. But then I read the book All You Need Is Ears by George Martin, the producer of the Beatles, and that changed everything. So then I went back and listened to all their stuff, thinking about their process, because they didn't have these effects. You know, Abbey Road, they were developing these effects as they went. So now I have a better appreciation for it. But hearing your rendition of that, it was just like, wow, this is like, it brings back to its purity, right? The purity of what a song, of songwriting. Why did you pick that song? Are you a big fan of Beatles in general?
I mean, there's people who are like really big fans.
Yeah.
So I'm not. I really like them though. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That was actually like one of the first songs that I also learned on guitar. I
Okay.
think this was in middle school.
Okay.
And then I performed it at like my a cappella like showcase
Yeah,
in middle
yeah.
school, and yeah, I don't know. It just, yeah, it holds a special place in my heart.
Got it.
Yeah.
Right. So it's been with you through many stages of your budding career,
Yeah.
basically. All right. And then last question I have, Confidence, which of all the songs in the set, that was my favorite, especially because you kind of started out, I don't know if this was on purpose, but you started out, it was very, very calm, but then when you got to one part, it's like, it seemed like you got the confidence and you projected that. Was that on purpose? Like, was that kind of your...
Yeah, it was on purpose, but I think also I was a little nervous in the beginning, and my own song was telling me, hey, stop being nervous, just be confident. And then I think I know what part you're talking about, because at one point I was like, oh, what the heck, I'm just going to like,
okay.
just release it all and just go for it. And yeah, I guess my own like song helped me.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, what better way, you know? Anyway, I'm glad you came. Thank you. And you graduate this year, right?
In spring.
Right. So we're going to miss you unless you come for grad school. But keep in touch. Hopefully we'll keep buying your music. Buy it. Don't just stream it, but buy it, please. And yeah, we'll talk soon. All right.
Thank you.
Peace out.